Well, that's one of my favorite stories in the Gospels. I think it's a beautiful story. And if ever you had any doubt about the mercy of God, well, here's your answer. And if you realize that Luke was writing this for the community, his community at that time, some probably 50 years after the time of Jesus. And he was dealing with, as we have today also, people who were very judgmental, very rule-oriented, and the law is the most important thing. And here was Jesus saying, here's somebody, this woman, who obviously had her sins forgiven, sought forgiveness, and so she wasn't forgiven because she had wiped the feet of Jesus. She was already forgiven. And the point I'm trying to make really is that Jesus did not say, well, tell me what you have done and what you need forgiveness for. There was no interrogation of the woman by Jesus. Her sorrow was more than enough. And her, so for us, what I'm trying to put into words really this morning is that reconciliation, or confession to give it the old words, ought not to be a torturous experience, but something very healing and comforting and beautiful. And that's why, personally, I say time and time again to people who come for reconciliation, God knows what you need to be forgiven for. And the very fact that you are here today seeking forgiveness, you are totally forgiven. There's no need for me to know all the details. If, for example, you decided today to seek forgiveness, to come to confession, to seek the sacrament of reconciliation, and on your way you didn't make it. We say you were in an accident and you died. You would be forgiven, because it's the intention that really matters. And another important thing, something I think we're not aware of, or we don't give the impression that we're aware of. Every time you come to Mass, or you at home who are taking part in this Mass this morning, what was the first thing we did as we began Mass? We paused and we sought the Lord's forgiveness. And so every time you do that, you are forgiven. I think we skip over that and we don't realize the importance of that moment at Mass. And if you're truly sorry at that moment for anything you've done wrong, you are forgiven. Now, you might find that hard to believe, but it is a fact. I'm not saying, and don't misinterpret this, there's no need for reconciliation or confession. No, I'm not saying that. But especially at this time, when you don't have the opportunities maybe that you had before of going to confession, if you are genuinely sorry, just like the woman in the gospel this morning, then you are forgiven. Because if it comes from the heart, that's all Jesus wants.